Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining Bit More Drywall Work with AI-powered takeoffs. This webinar is sponsored and presented by Togal AI. I am Anne-Marie Salvatelli, Director of Education and Member Services at AWCI. Before we start, a few housekeeping items. All attendees should be on mute during today's presentation. And should you have a question at any time during today's broadcast, please submit it by clicking on the question icon in the top right corner of your screen, and we will have a Q&A session at the end. At this time, I would like to welcome our presenter, Johnny Maghzal. Johnny is head of growth at Togal AI. He brings his expertise from his previous role as head of product development, where he oversaw the daily development needs of the software. An estimating expert, he has been working in the construction industry for nearly a decade. Welcome, Johnny. I'll turn it over to you.
Of course. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. And obviously, thank you, everyone, for the time today. My name is Johnny. And one thing I'd like to add that I was an estimator. I think like Anne-Marie touched on that. And the idea of Togal, which I will show you today, and hopefully I will try to make it not salesy. The idea of Togal came up out of an estimating department. We have a lot of people on the team who were estimators. So we built this tool with the estimator in mind, and we were the estimator. So it's not like just a group of smart software developers. There's a lot of construction people on the team. But yes, I'm so excited to show you what I'm going to go through today. We have 60 minutes, so I will try to make it even a little bit shorter, so I keep a lot of time for questions. It's good. I'm good to go. Should I start sharing? Yalla, perfect. Let's share my screen. So I will be sharing my screen, and I will be doing a couple of things. I will take you through some sets of slides. I will promise you I'm not going to bore you, because I will also jump into the tool. I will show you the tool in real life. The idea today is just to talk high level about takeoffs in AI, in construction. There's a lot of clutter around the word. People are confused what the word means, what people do, what people don't do. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to go over what can we do with these tools and a little bit touch on Togal. And please, like Anne-Marie said, if you have any questions, put them in the question tab, and I will answer as much as I can at the end. The idea of today, again, is practical use cases of AI in construction, and I'm going to mainly tailor it also around vertical takeoffs like drywall and maybe framing as well. But I will show you all of that during the session. So practical use cases of AI. Like I said, my name is Johnny. I've been in the company since day -1. We are now an 85 people company. I started, we were like 3 people. So it's a really, really beautiful journey. To grow from 1 person, like 3 people team, to like 85 people. And we have around 8,000 users on the platform. We have been selling since 2022. We started the company in 2019, actually, but we spent 3 years building the tool, training the models. A lot of work went before we were able to go into the market. And like I said, we spun it off out of the biggest construction company in Florida, and we started back in 2019. These are some cheesy slides, but I'm going to go very quickly through them. We have some of the biggest names on the tool from different trades, from general contractors, painters, drywallers, framing, glazing. Again, I will not. The purpose of today is not to be salesy and beat on my chest, but it was just some set of slides I had. And what I want to talk about is how to utilize AI in construction and what not to do. Okay, because a lot of people say you do this, you do this, you do this. I want to focus on what to not to do, and after that I will also talk about what to do. So I'm not going to make it too negative. But again, in 2022 we were selling the tool, and we were out in the market, and we were telling people our philosophy is not to get rid of the estimator. So our philosophy is not like, let's click a button and go to the beach, or click a button and Tom Cruise will come from an airplane and give me a massage and do my takeoff for me. From the beginning, our message was not that. But we were a small company, so nobody believed us. They said, "Oh, you are coming to take our jobs, but you are making it like, you are sugarcoating it." But I was going around again. I have videos from 2021 telling people, like, we believe in augmentation rather than automation. We don't want to get rid of the user. We don't believe you can get rid of the user. This is at least our belief. And like I said, we were going around. People thought that I am excuse me for the word, BSing them. Like, no, you are just saying that because you are a vendor, you want to take our money, but ultimately AI is going to come and take our job. I said that's not the case. And to prove that, again, because we are nobody or we were small in 2022, in 2023, something happened. And that thing was that Microsoft announced Copilot. So that's old news at this point. 3 years in these days, progression is a lot of years. But Microsoft announced Copilot. And there is a reason why it's called Copilot. So it was a big signal. So if we imagine that we are the executives of Microsoft and we want to name this beast that we have, what do we call it? Do we call it Anne-Marie? Do we call it Johnny? Do we call it Kelsey? The name is super important. It has a meaning, and they called it Copilot. The reason is because Copilot is not autopilot. And I was too nosy at the time that I even went to their website and scrolled down, and there was a section that said Copilot is not autopilot. And that also rang a bell for me. And it started, as you can see right now, everybody uses ChatGPT, everybody uses Claude, but they understand it's not click a button and everything gets done. The user still have to do the artistic or the thinking type of tasks, but the repetitive tasks are going away. So this is where we were preaching. We were preaching that compared to, for example, what Zillow did in 2022. They released the estimates, and you could buy and sell a house based on that estimate, and they lost $420 million in like 3-4 months. So this is where, again, that's what we don't want to do. We want people to understand that these are tools, and we're giving you tools to do your job much faster. And to give it a visual, we don't want you to think that this is what's coming. This is what's coming. It's you, the user, but now instead of using a hammer, you have these power tools, like the tools that Togal gives, which I will show you today. But you still need to show up as an estimator, do the work, but instead of doing the task that takes 4 to 5 hours, now you can do it in 30 minutes, 20 minutes. It depends, obviously, on the type of the task. But on top of that, because Togal is a web-based takeoff tool, and we have an interface that allows a multiplayer collaboration where multiple people on the same job can work with each other in real time at the same time, we look at it in terms of like, now it's a group of people using these powerful tools to do their tasks faster. So this is a start. Again, I rambled for 8 minutes. The whole idea was to set the floor, that we are not preaching that we're going to click a button and go to the beach. We are preaching that the same task, the human is doing it, but instead of 8 hours, now maybe 40 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour. And that obviously is still a lot of value, but this is our approach. We want people to be able to collaborate and share their takeoff so that communication also is much easier on the platform. So again, what I will show you today is, again, Togal. This is Togal AI. I'm going to go into the product, but this is just some slides. We built this tool, like I said, in 2019. The idea is to eliminate the clicking and coloring, which I will show you all of these here. We have also some other tools like Togal Chat, which is a chatbot where you can ask it questions about your project. What are the types of walls? What are the finishes that are being called for? So many questions you can ask Togal Chat. We're going to also see all of that today when I walk you through the product. But again, these are some of the tools, not all of them. We have more than 10 or 11 tools inside Togal. I won't be able to go through all of them today. But at the end of these slides, I will have a QR code for you to be able to scan, go to our website, and ask my team to give you a demo on your own drawings. And I emphasize usually on this on social media a lot. We want people to come to us with trust and credibility. We give you a demo on your own drawing. So we will get to that as well. But just again, setting the floor that we're going to go over this. So now we're going to go through the product. I will show you how Togal works, what it does on high level. I'm not going to go into much detail. And I want to show you one of our new features that we built specifically for drywall companies called Togal Assemblies. So we will go through all of these. We will check them out. And again, I will try my best to keep 10 to 20 minutes at the end so that I can answer your questions. So let's go into the product. And so this is Togal. Togal is, like I said, it's a web-based quantity takeoff tool. You don't need to download anything on your machine. You can access it from anywhere. It's web-based. It's like your LinkedIn. You enter your username, your password, anywhere in the world, you can get access to your drawings. But not only that, if you remember the multiplayer thing that I said, you can click share, and you will be able to share your project, your drawing with whoever on your team. You can give them access as a manager, editor, or viewer. And this is, like I said in the beginning, this is the point for the multiplayer. Multiple people can do takeoffs in real time on this platform. And it's not like silo files. One guy or one lady are saving them on the G drive, another lady saving them on the B drive. We are all in one location with Togal. So this is, like I said, one of the features. I will go here to show you what I mean by Togal. So like I said, this is Togal. You can upload the drawings, and you can go here to do a takeoff. You can do any takeoff inside Togal. You can do some takeoffs manually, like this. You can do arcs. You can do anything you do in any other takeoff tool. You can even do circular takeoffs. You can do rectangular takeoffs. You can do so many types of takeoffs. But the idea is that instead of you color and trace, Togal's idea is you click on this button here, you hit go, and you hit confirm, and you wait somewhere between 5 to 40 seconds, depending on the internet speed, depending on the quality of the drawing. Togal will give you an output. So for example, if you look here, if you're doing a ceiling takeoff, if you are a drywaller and you're doing a ceiling takeoff, all these spaces, you needed to draw them manually. Again, this is not a sophisticated drawing. I will show you a sophisticated one. But if you are doing the takeoff on the ceiling, you had to draw all these spaces. If you are doing the drywall, for example, you had to draw all these walls. And the idea of Togal is we draw these spaces for you. Now, you as the estimator, like I said, the augmentation part, you select the spaces, or you select the walls, and now we can call them, for example, wall type 1. And now you see my wall is basically assigned. Not only that, I can assign my wall, but I can also visualize my wall in 3D. Again, these are small other features inside Togal that I will touch up. We can show you during the demo. But what I wanted to show mainly is the assemblies tool. So in Togal now, you can go here to the library, go to assembly, and create your own assembly. So as like, again, I will create a fake wall assembly. I will call it 2-hour fire rated. Create a linear takeoff here, and I will start adding some components. So I can add, for example, the top plate. I can say you see here, and you will see on the right, the wall will start getting assembled while I am choosing the components. I can say, give me the 2x4s, pressure treated. So this is my top plate. Give me a bottom plate. Also, let's choose 2x4. And what I will show you later, that you don't need to build everything from scratch. We have some templates for you. So you can see now I have my 2x4s, the top plate, bottom plate. Now I can choose the stud. Also, I'm going to choose 2x4. You can see the studs here. I will show you later. I can also go into adding the spacing and everything. I can say add an insulation. Let's say we're going to see here like bat, sound bats. Add, and also you see how the wall is getting created here and it's getting built. And then the last thing I will say, the sheets. I will say, okay, give me a moisture resistant maybe, and hit save. And you see how the wall is getting created. But like I said, here you go into every one of those. The studs, for example, you can say the stud spacing. You can add the spacing. You can add the length, right? The studs come with a typical length, so you can add that. So it calculates the waist for you after that. Any studs per corner, you can add all of these parameters inside the tool. Like I said, it's made for the drywall, our framing as well. So here also the bottom plate, I can discuss add the type, the length of the standard length of the plate, and all of these stuff. But like I said, I really don't need to do this if I want. Togal provide huge amount of templates. You can see here, all these are pre-created templates for you. You can use them, like I said, and you can utilize them directly. I can go here and you see this template is already created for me. It has a metal track. and all of this stuff. So let's assume I created the assembly. Now I go back to my project. You can go here. If you remember these walls that we created here, I can go to them and click on one of them, hit edit, and go to assemblies. And you can see here, I can assign an assembly to it. So I can go here, assign an assembly. Let's say I'm going to look at this 158 fire rated. So this comes from the templates, right? All the templates we have there. You add it here, you hit apply, done. Now the assembly is created. I hit save. Now the assembly is applied to that wall. And now basically at the end, you go to export. And you will see, I will remove the grouping. And I will say I only want to see the wall type here. For example, it's called wall type 1. You see how I can filter. And you will see now with my assembly, I can get everything. The studs, the number of studs, the sheets, the number of sheets based on the dimension of the sheet, the number of layers. All of those calculations are done for you automatically by using the assemblies. So top track, bottom track, all of these insulation, again, depending on the number of insulation I request, it all compiles all of these for you. So like I said, what I did is basically I click the toggle button. The toggle button helps me do some of the takeoffs very quickly. It draws them for me. I select them, reassign them, and then I attached an assembly for every type of wall. And that way, Togal will be able to give me the final material if I'm ordering the material. If I'm not ordering material and I want to stay high level, I just want to know the length of the walls, or maybe I can go here. I'm sorry, not go here to type 1. I can go edit. And if I just want simple numbers, I don't want to go into the details, I can say, find me the length, but also find me the vertical area. Maybe I can also write a custom formula. So I can go here. I say, right, get me the area and multiply that by 1.05 and call it waste factor. Again, hopefully this aligns with my introduction, that still the user is doing the work. We are just cutting down the coloring and tracing part. And now I will show you also all of that on a more complicated drawing, so you can see the value of the tool when it comes to big projects. Not necessarily only big projects, any type of project. So for example, if I look here, later I'm going to show you also we have a feature that finds directly the tags and assigns them to the walls, but I will show you that in a second. But for example, let's say I have a drawing like this one. This is a reflected ceiling, but it's okay. I can run Togal on it. You will see Togal will find automatically the scale. You have to check the scale, obviously. It gives you an auto-detect scale and gives you a warning. Look, we detected the scale, but maybe the architect put the wrong scale, which happens all the time. Also, Togal creates hyperlinks automatically for you. You don't need to create these. Togal will find the relevant page, can give you a way to directly access the page, and then you can click here and will open a new file for you. So you can do that, but let me go show you the magic here. You click on this green button, you hit go. And like I said, you wait 5 to 10 seconds and you get the output. If you are doing ceiling takeoffs, you get the ceilings automatically. If you are doing wall takeoff, you get the walls automatically. Now you can just select those walls and you name them whatever you want. And in Togal also there is multiple behaviors of selection. If I select from left to right, is different selection from right to left. All these go under the training that we do for like the customers, but I'm not going to go there. But you can do these takeoffs. I can select these walls. I can assign them wall type 1. And now I can, like I said, visualize my walls in 3D here. So again, different features for different type of tasks. But now I also want to show you this new feature that we created, which is called focused wall takeoff. So you see wall classification focused takeoff. This is basically, you see some of the drawings, obviously, if you have the wall tags, I can click here, say find the focused takeoff, hit go. I wait a little bit. And while I'm waiting, what I want to show you as well is that Togal, because it is a web-based tool, I can open multiple tabs at the same time. And I will be able also to view my takeoff on different drawings at the same time. I don't need to leave a drawing and come to another drawing. You don't need to do any of this. But I go here, I open this, And what you will see here also that Togal will be able to assign walls for me based on their classifications. Let me do it again here. Go. And again, like I said, let's just give it a second. I can go to any of the classifications I create. I can create a linear area or account classification. Linear classification, I call it type 2. And you can assign any assembly to it automatically from the templates. Let's go back here, hit refresh. And there you go. You see the output came. So now here you will see that Togal automatically assigned the tags for these walls. So for example, you will see these, it assigned them as E1. So it found the tag and assigned it to the wall. These were assigned as, let's see, where are they? These were assigned as F2. So see here, there's a shaft wall, E2 walls, E1 walls. So this tool basically will find the type of the wall and it will assign it automatically for you. But is this the end? Is this the final product? Like I said, it is not. Togal, like I said, finds the walls for you. Now you select them and you give them a classification. I can create a new classification, call it, actually, no, it is E2. I can go here, edit, and now I assign an assembly to E2 because E2 is the name of the tag, but that's not necessarily the assembly itself. So I can go here, find an assembly, add an assembly, and I say again, the 16-inch, 6 feet, 16-inch on center, choose that, done. That includes certain, like I said, certain parameters that it's included in the template, and you can see directly if I hover over the quantity, it gives me the formula. It took the length multiplied by the height divided by the wall sheet area plus 1 times the wall side, because you can have 2 sides or one side counts, a waste factor, and some other parameters, again depending on that component. And basically, again, we go back to the whole idea. We got rid of the coloring and tracing, and we let the estimators spend their time and their effort doing the hard part, which is assigning and building relationships with general contractor, with the subcontractor, calling people, calling suppliers, focusing on the high value tasks. The last thing I will show here before I go back to the presentation and then take questions is Togal Chat. I talked about this a little bit in the beginning in the presentation. Togal Chat, like I said, is a tool where I can upload my drawings, I can upload my specs, and I can ask it questions, summarize the scope of this work, write an RFP for me, tell me what are the types of boards that are asked for. And this usually helps a lot with scoping and understanding the project directly before you jump into the takeoff. Because as you know, as estimators, we spend a lot of time reading the drawings and understanding them. This tool gives you a quick way to do that. Again, I don't have an example like for now for the drywall, but here you can ask it questions for painting in this case, or piping, whatever. It will give you links. Those links take you to the source of the answer, and that way you will be able to check the work. Like I said, again, from the beginning, this is not a click a button and the work will be done for me. These are different set of tools that allow me to do my takeoff much faster. So I will go back to the slides, cover a couple of things, and then obviously open it for questions. I am very good on time, so I would like to do that. This is one independent study that was done by University of Kansas. They did the takeoff at the same type of takeoff with 4 different tools: on-screen, Bluebeam, PlanSwift, and Togal. And you can see Togal is 4 times faster than that for the other tools. So just again, another point of hopefully credibility. Some of the awards we won, again, there's a lot of these. I would really recommend you go to our website. There's a lot of information on our website. It helps you before you come to the demo, if you are interested again in a demo. And another very important thing, especially in this day of AI, we are SOC 2 Type 2 compliant. It's a big security certification that we get after we get audited over a year. This is huge because we know that a lot of your projects are maybe confidential, you have NDAs with your clients and things like that. This is another signal from us of how much we care about our users' privacy and the data, and that's why we spent a lot of resources to get this certification, and we received it, I think, a couple of months ago. Like I said, a huge win for us, but also for the industry, because we are providing safer and more reliable software. This is a quote again from some of our clients. The idea is like, here, the work of 2-3 people, now you are doing it with one person, and again, now you can bid more, you can spend more time on higher value tasks rather than usually like coloring and tracing. And the last thing I think I have here is a thank you, obviously. And if you are interested, there is this QR code. You can scan it right now. It will take you to our website. Please make sure you tell the people who will contact you that you want to do a demo or you're on your own drawings. You can send us your drawings 5-10 minutes ahead of time, and we will do the demo on your drawing. This is super important for us because there is a lot of like talks in the industry that there are some people that you can send them your drawings and they click a button and they give you the BOQ. We don't believe in that. We know that it's not possible, and we want to prove it. So that's why we tell people, please send us your drawings. We will do the demo on your drawings, and you will see how powerful Togal is. So I will look if there is any questions. I am on the 30-minute mark, so I talked for 30 minutes, which is very interesting. I don't see any questions, Anne-Marie. I don't know if you are seeing any questions. Maybe you
Yes,
see them, I
Johnny.
don't see them. Yeah.
Okay. Not sure why, but yes, a couple questions came in.
Okay.
So first question is, do you have an estimation tool, or how do you price a job?
Yes, sure. So it's a good question. Currently, what is happening in the so when we started Togal, we focused on the takeoff side. We believe there is so much value we can bring to the takeoff side because the other tools are tools that were built in the 90s. Again, I used OnScreen and PlanSwift for 6 years, and these tools are robust, but they are legacy right now. So we wanted to focus on the takeoff side. We have a pricing tool inside Togal where you can, when you go into any quantity, you can add a unit cost over here, and you will get the total cost basically for every classification. But we started as a takeoff tool, and we are evolving right now where we like I said, now you can add the unit cost into any component, and you will get the final output.
Thank you. Next question. Will Togal pick up on soffits and drop in the ceilings?
Good question. Let me show you. Very good question. Here. It will, and it might not, but this is a very good question, and this is why I touched on the user being the orchestrator, or you. Again, I will go to the picture because it is so it rings a lot of bells for me. At least this picture here. You are the captain of the ship. I used to say that. Why I'm saying that? Let's say here, Togal, you see it picked up these spaces here. And rightly so, there might be a soffit here or a drop, right? So how did we solve for this problem? With Togal, we realized that these problems will exist. So what did we do? We created a tool called the split tool. So in this case, for example, these spaces here, I can just quickly select them. Let's say these spaces where there might be this type of drop here, this here, and then all I need to do is hit S on my keyboard or click here on this button, and I can just draw a line. And what you will see is that after I draw the line, now Togal will separate them. So now you select them again, and then you call them. Oh, I didn't do this one. So I did this one and this one. I could do this one as well. So I go like this and hit S and just delete it, split it like that. And now you would select them. You would select these drops or the soffits, and then you would call them whatever you want. But like I said, you have to do these small interventions. But yeah, it won't figure them out by itself all the time. But like I said, you would select these, call them type 1, and then you would select those areas, you will call them type 2. Same things with the linear. So if there is a linear here, And there are, for example, some here, this wall, you want to split it in half, you can just draw a line like this and it splits it in half. So like I said, there are some things that we have tools that aid you in doing the final work. Hopefully that answered your question. And if it's not clear, let me again make it a little bit exaggerated. So I have these three spaces, and I realized maybe there should be a drop in the middle here, and these are two different types of ceilings. All I need to do is select them, hit S on my keyboard, draw whatever I want, and then draw on the outside, and you will see now these spaces will get separated. Let's say in on-screen or in PlanSwift, you have to delete these and redraw them again if you made that mistake. In Togal, you don't need to. You just select the space, hit S on your keyboard, and draw a slash alignment inside it, and it's cut. And now you can assign these to wall area, and then you can assign these to something else. Any other questions?
Yes. Johnny, can you assign areas to a takeoff?
Assign areas to a takeoff? Can I get a little bit, because like yes, you can if they mean for the linear takeoff, for sure. So for example, let's say let's go to the center line. So let's say this wall here, it's a linear wall, and I want to call it wall type Johnny. I can create a new classification, call it type Johnny wall. I don't know if this is the question, but yes, we don't only find the length. You can say, find me the area on one side, find me the area on two sides. You can say, find me the horizontal area. You can say, find me the volume even. And all you need to do is put the height. So you put the height here, you hit save. The wall here, you see, is created. And now you will see if I go like this, I got the length of the wall, the height, this area on one side, and then the cubic area here, and this is the horizontal area, which you don't need to worry about. But this is the area on one side, and this is the volume of the wall. So yes, you can do that. And not only do that, you can now visualize it in 3D. So let me show you an example for that. Here, let me show you. This tool, well, I will show you here, is the 3D visualizer that I talked about. But clients basically are super creative. We had some clients come up with some creative stuff. This is what they came up with. You will see here. You can do your takeoff in 3D. And now, sorry, you can do your takeoff in 2D. And then with Togal, you would visualize it in 3D. And then you would basically come here and turn on and off different stuff. So for example, I just want to turn on the walls. I can visualize only the walls. I can turn on different levels of floors. So I can say, only show me also the 10th floor and show me the 9th floor as well. And on the 9th floor, show me only the planters. You see, you have all this ability to calculate areas and visualize the areas in 3D as well.
Okay, and they were, this attendee was just saying that, for example, they have several buildings in a takeoff, and they would like to assign names to building
yes,
A,
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
No, definitely. It means it's the area tool inside on screen. Yes, definitely. I will show you that here. So let me show you. So let's say you have this building and it's made of two phases. What I would do, I would go to what we call breakdown. So you go to breakdown, you create your own breakdown. Look here, I can click here and create phase 1, phase 2, and you have up to 3 hierarchies of breakdown. You say phase 1, phase 2, you save, you select the areas that you want in phase 1, right click, and you assign them to phase 1, and then you select the takeoffs that you want to assign to phase 2, and you just assign them to phase 2. And now you would be able to turn on and off the phases. So you can see when I click on phase 1, the phase 2 takeoffs disappear. If I click on phase 2, the phase 1 takeoff disappear. Yes, very good question, and you can do all of that. And you can do a lot of more things, but again, for the sake of time. But please, if the questions lead me to show you more features, I'm very happy to do that.
Fabulous. Will Togal handle exterior or only interior walls? Can it handle elevations?
I love the context,
handling walls with varying heights?
Yes, of course. That's a great question. So we get this question all the time: does Togal work on elevations? And if you talk to, in the beginning, if you talk to my salespeople, they will like say, "Oh yeah, I don't know." But when we say about takeoff on exterior walls or exterior, what do we mean? Do we mean the stucco? Do we mean the glazing? Do we mean the drywall? So this is where the question becomes a little bit tricky. But for that reason, we built another feature called pattern search. Okay, so this tool helps you find patterns or colors. So for example, on an elevation like this, I have a pattern like this, or I have a color like this. I can go here and say, find me all the areas with this pattern. So I can draw a rectangle like that. I wait a little bit. I'll take a sip of water. You see, with Togal, I can take a sip of water and not just keep coloring and tracing. But you see what happened here? Togal found all the spaces that have that pattern on them. Now, what do I need to do? I am the captain of the ship. Like I said, I need to classify them. I can say these are stucco, for example. Convert, hit done. And you see here, it found all the spaces, but then all these spaces, it made them as one. What do? I use my split tool. I go draw a line like this, a line like this, a line like this, and now these are separate. I would now name these as something else. Very easy. Boom. So that is that. The question that usually comes: how do you handle returns? Togal cannot know that there is a return. So either you would just draw it by yourself if you know what it is. For example, I would draw a rectangle, let's say, and I put it here on the side just to know that this is the return. So you can do it like that. And if you have walls with multiple heights, yeah, somebody asked that. Let me show you that. Let's go to this drawing here, maybe. So walls with multiple heights, let me show you. So I go here so that you can see it visually. For example, you see these walls type 1. If I go to edit, you will see that I put a default height for these walls as 10 feet. So again, I go to edit, and this height is 10 feet. In Togal, you can change the height of a specific wall of these, even though the rest are 10 feet. So I can go here, and I can say edit that item, and just that item, make it 12 feet, name it something, and you will see now you will have a different height. Some people maybe refer to like every side of the wall. In that case, you don't use our wall center line. You would use our wall perimeter. Here, this one here. So the wall perimeter gives you the walls on both sides, and then you can assign a height for this side and another height for that side. Hopefully that answered the question.
Yes, thank you, Johnny.
Of course.
Next question.
22 minutes.
Company, all day.
Give me more, give me more.
If my company already uses a takeoff software, would we be able to upload our assemblies, and will Togal give a price, or is it just a tool for quantities?
No, actually, this is super important, because there is obviously a friction from moving like from your existing tool, because all your libraries or all your templates are in the tool. If you buy Togal, you give us those templates that you have in on-screen or in PlanSwift, and we automatically add them into Togal for you. It's part of our service. You don't need to worry about it. And if you want to see it also, you can, before the demo, send it to my team. They can show them to you. If you are not also obviously worried that we see your classifications, because you're going to have to send them to us. But there's no friction at all. If you decide to move to Togal, you send us your classifications, your templates, and we will add them for you. So if you look here, we have a library. Let me show you here. We have the concept of a library. We had the library of template, of assemblies, like I showed you for the walls, but we have also classification libraries, where you would have a library for the organization and a library for every person. So let me see if I can show you here. So on this project, for example, I can go into one of these drawings and just go to the library, and I can say, find me all the, I don't have any classification in the library. It's so funny. For example, here, organization library, the classification set called area study. There are some classifications here. I want to bring them to this takeoff. Just drag them, drop them here, and they come here, and I start working with them directly. So I don't need to even create them from scratch. So we do that work for you. You just give us those classifications in an Excel sheet. We will directly import them for you into Togal. Very good question, and it's a very important one, because like I said, you are learning a new tool when you are coming to Togal. Even though Togal has a very simple interface, we only have 16 buttons. As you can see, it's not cluttered, easy to learn. Another very important thing, maybe it's not a question, but we have a tool inside Togal to learn the tool. We don't want you to go and watch an influencer on YouTube so you learn how to use Togal. We have classes that you can take inside the tool. We have a help center. We have a chat where a human responds to you, not an AI. An AI asks you a couple of questions. If it cannot answer, we divert you to a real person. And then we have the Togal Academy, where you can learn how to use Togal for specific trades. All of these come with your subscription. The library building and the learning hub, all of that comes with the subscription. Any other questions?
Yes, Jack was just wanted to share, so I think this is 2 questions ago. He just wanted to clarify his question. Is there a materials item or labor database to build a cost estimate?
Yes, so let me see. I can try to answer that question for you. So when you create an assembly and you add a component, you can add a labor cost and a labor role, and you will add the cost for this labor and productivity. Yes, so you can create these inside Togal, but you have to create them obviously one time, and then you can use them always.
Okay. Are there standard assemblies in Togal for wood frame construction for drywall assemblies?
Yes, so this is what I showed here in terms of the templates. So there is like metal frame and wood frame. Those are templates that are created in Togal. You also get them part of the subscription. You can use them the way they are, or you can edit them. Because, for example, here I got a structural wood stud, 1 layer, for example, load bearing. But if I go to the plate, or let's go to the stud, for example, let's see. The spacing here is 16. Maybe it's not 16 for you, it's 24. You can change them. But all of these come as templates for you in Togal. We have template 121 for metal framing and 31 for wood framing. But yes, those all come with the tool.
And Johnny, can you work on a takeoff offline?
Unfortunately not. Togal is a web-based tool. Fortunately, we are in the United States. Internet is great. But if you are on a plane and there's no Wi-Fi, you can't. But if there is a Wi-Fi on the plane, you can. But unfortunately, the answer for that is no. It's web-based, so you need Wi-Fi or any type of internet to be able to access the takeoff.
Thank you. Just the last few questions that came in here. Let's see. Can Togal calculate corners and corners and counts of inside versus outside corners?
This is, I would ask my training team, because yes, we are adding something for it will count the corners for you for the beads. I'm not sure if they released it yet, but I am 100% sure they showed it to me. But again, I can get back to you and give you the right answer. But if it's not out now, 3 to 4 weeks, it will be out for sure, because I saw the product team already have built it.
Awesome.
And we are going deeper and deeper into the drywall stuff. Obviously, our philosophy at Togal is we build something, we give it to the user, and we let the user give us their feedback. We don't like to build things for our own ego. We like to build things for the industry. And that comes with a risk, which the risk is that some customers will say, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, it doesn't work for me. And this is what we want. We don't want to build a huge tool and then we send it to the market and everything is not what they like. We like to release things a little bit early, get feedback, and we will come back with the feedback, take it, and come back and build the right things for you. So that's how we feel. This is how our philosophy is, and that's why, like I said here, we have a lot of some of the biggest, and again, we have a lot of companies, but some of the biggest companies use Togal, like Clark Construction, W.E. O'Neill, Consigli. These companies, we went to them in the beginning. They said, no, this doesn't work for me. You add this, you add that. We said, you know what? Sure. Give us 2 months, 3 months. We went, built everything, came back to them, and they were like, wow, like these people really didn't just like BS me. We went, built the tool. We are here again to keep making this takeoff better, a better way of doing takeoffs. Any other
Okay, just
questions?
a few final
Please,
questions
we have 14
here.
minutes. It's good. We have time.
What type of Togal credentials do you need to access the Assemblies tab?
Nothing, honestly. You can access it. So if you are buying Togal, if you are a drywaller, you buy Togal, you get the assemblies for drywall. And if you don't want usually general contractors don't want the assemblies for drywall, so they don't buy it part of their license. But if you are a drywaller, the license will come with the assemblies.
Okay. And what makes Togal better than other tools in the markets with assemblies?
I hate talking a lot about myself or about Togal, but I have to, I guess. So what makes us better? Obviously, the team. We are a modern tool. Every penny we are making, we are reinvesting it in the company. We are not like, again, every penny we make in Togal, we are investing it in the tool. We are adding more features. Like I said, we listen to the users, we come back. It's a cliche, but we have executed on it. We have 8,000 users who can back us up that we are not just saying words. So this is big for us. We are modern. We have a lot of AI-enabled features inside Togal. And also, the very important thing is we understand the user. We are not just a group of, like I said, smart software developers who know how to build software. We understand workflows. We understand the pain. We understand what estimator go to in the morning. They hold their coffee, how they flip their drawings. There is tools inside Togal. When we show you the tool in detail, you're going to understand what I'm saying. We built this tool, us as construction people, for construction people. So I think that is what makes Togal a little bit different. But also, again, I think the tool is pretty. That's why. But yes, I encourage you, again, don't hear my words, assume that I am, God forbid, lying. Go talk to my team. They will give you a demo, and you will see why Togal is much better.
Is it possible to export takeoff quantities to Excel?
Of course, it's 100%. It's made for that. So let me show you. I will show you that, and I will show you another thing as well. So let's say here, the pattern search. Let's say I did the pattern search. You go to export. Let me remove the filter here. And you can just click this green button here. If I remove assembly mode here, I have my quantities here. I click the export button. You can have different type of export. You can show classification item as well. You hit download. It will download an Excel for you. If you don't, you can select this and copy and paste it in an Excel as well. If you want to see the Excel file, I'm happy to show it for you as well. Yes, of course, you can export it to Excel, or you can. So this is what is happening. Because Togal is web-based, now what we are seeing, the trend, is that people just share with each other the URL. You see, we are web-based tool. When you are on Instagram sharing a reel, you don't download the reel and then send it to your friend by text. You just send the link of the reel. Same thing with Togal. You just send this link to your colleague, and they get access to the stuff, again, with the right permissions. If they don't have permissions, they won't see anything. But if they have permission, you are collaborating on the same drawing, all you need to do is send them this URL, and they will get access to it. Why I'm saying all of this is because we realize that people now are less and less exporting to Excel, because if you are communicating about takeoffs, you don't need to write an email, download an Excel, download the PDF, attach them to an email, say, hey, Anne-Marie, this is Johnny, this is my takeoff, and then she has to send me the revision of the mistakes, and then I have to do the same thing again. No, with Togal, let me show you. It's beautiful and powerful. We have our collaboration tool where everybody can be on the same drawing in real time. However, to not clutter each other's views, so let me show you. We created what we call the view. So David is doing his own takeoff. James is doing his own takeoff. Robert is doing his own takeoff. We are all on the same drawing in real life, real time. If somebody now comes and draws something, it will appear there. And our chief estimator can hit on the combined view and they will see everybody's takeoff. So yes, you can export to Excel, but the trend is that people are moving away from that because then you have to change something, go back to Excel. Here, everything is in real life. You just share it, give access to somebody, send them the URL, and they are done. But again, the answer is yes. I'm sorry I rambled for 3 minutes, but sure.
Very helpful. Does Togal provide reports, and if so, to what extent?
Reports, like reports for what? So you can have reports, like you can obviously export things to Excel, like I showed you here. I can remove this, for example. If this is what you consider reports, yes, you can also group things by classification, by folder, by drawing, by group. There's so many things you can do inside the tool. You can also filter. You can say maybe just only show me E1 and E2. Don't show me everything else. You can do that. You can add and remove columns. If that is what you mean by report, or the person means by report, or like the legend here, then of course, Togal is a full takeoff tool. Anything you have in on-screen plan suite of Bluebeam, we have, but we have all the other things that they don't have.
Yes, this attendee was asking about labor hour reports and quantity or cost reports is what he was inquiring about.
So those, whenever you do the assembly will have the cost in it, and then you can export them to Excel as well. The drywall assembly is here. Let's say this assembly, I can go to export assembly mode and say, show me this assembly. Just give me a second, wall type 1. And again, here, if I have a cost or a labor cost column, I can say assembly unit cost, material cost. You see, if I have the labor as a line item, I will see it over here, basically. But I obviously didn't add it for this assembly, but if I have it, you can see it over there.
Okay, and then can you link Togal quantities to a specific Excel document cell?
No, you can't. We don't have that. We have heard people asking us for it. For some reason, we haven't built it. But yeah, we can't. Unfortunately, we can't. There is no other answer. No other answer I have. But if a lot more people ask for it, obviously we will build it. We know that Bluebeam does it, but it does it for reasons that other reasons, because some capabilities don't exist in Bluebeam. But sure, the answer is unfortunately no.
Okay. How will Togal AI handle alternate floor plans? For an example, this attendee says that they are in the residential business, and
Okay.
options will configure a floor plan and then alternate second floor.
Let me answer your question. And I don't know if you see this. This is also in real time. Sometimes our product team put banners like this, that there is a new feature if you want to try it. So we are very dynamic. We are always adding features. But let me go to the question. So Togal does not. Let me see. Let me open one here. Togal doesn't create or doesn't design. Togal just does takeoff. So for example, if this floor plan here, let's see, this is floor third and fourth floor. So Togal will do the takeoff for you, or will draw the spaces for you for this floor. If you go to another floor, if this is what you mean, let's say this one is the second floor, you just have to click the toggle button again and go to here and hit go and just wait 5 to 10 seconds. Pop, you get the other floor. So you see, this is the fourth floor. You see how it looks like here. I go back to the second floor, it's different. So it's very quick, but you still, like I said, you have to select these spaces now and give them a name. Hopefully that answered the question. But Again, if you are expecting Togal to design, it doesn't design. Togal is just is a takeoff tool. We do the coloring and tracing for you very quickly.
Okay, and then I'm going to
Can I
combine
show
those.
something? Sorry, I want to show
Go
something
right
because
ahead.
I also get this question a lot, like about accuracy and things like that. Maybe that is what is inspiring the question. And I usually show this drawing. This is from a real client. So a client sent us this on a call. They sent us a drawing that is hand drawn and scanned, and they were like, "Does it work? Togal works on it." I was like, "I don't know. Let's see." So we uploaded Togal and we ran it, and you can argue that it's not accurate, maybe because the lines are squiggly, but it literally followed the wall. You see how it's drawn, and here it missed the balcony. So what do I tell people? You are the captain of the ship. You can go and draw a balcony by yourself, but the rest of the spaces are already drawn for you. And this is go back to the picture I had. We cut your takeoff from hours to minutes, but you are still doing takeoffs. Sorry, Anne-Marie, you were saying a question.
The attendee was just clarifying, saying specific to base house, second floor takes 100 sheets. The alternate takes 120, and they need to find out the variance, which is 20 sheets.
Yeah, in this case, the alternate, it depends on the alternate. If the alternate is a different layout or it's a different size of sheets, obviously. If it's a different layout, you just need to run Togal on both layouts and you will get the quantities and then you have to subtract them from each other. If the alternate is, let's say, the sheet type, then maybe you just create two classifications for the same wall and you assign them and then you turn one on, one off. So I can show you an example real quick here. This is a difficult question, so I can recognize a difficult one, but thank you for it. So for example, I will show you, let's do this here. So let's say this wall here, let's put it here. Let's say this wall is wall type 1, so I get wall type, let's say 100 or 1000. I give it this color so we can see it. And let's say I want to create an alternate for this wall. What I can do is I select it, right-click, duplicate, and then right-click again, and then create another wall. I will call it wall type 20,000. Okay, and I'm going to make it blue. And obviously, I will put the different parameters, right, for the height and the stud and. And basically, you will see now here, I can turn on this option or turn on this option. They both still exist. I can just manipulate, say, show me this one, show me that one, now show me the quantities. Show me this one, this one, this one, now show me the quantities. And this is where it becomes like the user becomes creative and you can come up with creative stuff. But if, again, it doesn't do it by one click, I promise you when it does, I will be on an island in Greece, retired, but we are going there. This is what we are building for. We are trying to build a tool that we shorten the time of the time that the estimator needs to do takeoffs. This is our mission, basically. Any other questions?
Last questions. So this is more about cost. So what is the cost of entry per license? So is there a discount for multiple users? And if so, what would that be? And then what is the cost for the training?
Very good question. So if you go to our website, assemblies, if you go to our website, the price is on the website. We definitely give discounts for multiple users. Training is part of the license. If you have more than 3 licenses, you get one-on-one trainings. If you have less, you get the live trainings. We have 13 live training every week, and you can access any of them, part of the subscription. So there is a cutoff at 3 licenses. With 3 licenses and more, you get one-on-one trainings. And you also get the live webinars every week, 13 of them. With less than 3, you get the webinars only, and you also get all the training material with any subscription, any number of users, you get all this training material all included. The only difference, if you have 3 licenses and more, you get one-on-one training assigned to you. Okay. Hopefully that answers the question. Yes,
Last
of course.
question here. It's kind of, I think there's a question and a comment. Does
Yes.
Togal AI have any API available, for example, for the file upload, download, or reporting information? And then maybe it's not a question, but an API would go a long way to letting customers handle the ETL to their format.
We have an API, but usually also we give it to customers who have more than 5 licenses, just because there is a lot of, not a lot of work, but the user needs to have somebody who is a little bit technical on their side. That's why it's tricky. But we have an API and we also have an MCP. And MCP is basically a protocol where you can have language models like Claude, Copilot, or OpenAI, ChatGPT. They can communicate with Togal directly. We have both. If you are interested with them, please again tell us. We're happy to talk about it. The only issue with the API, again, if you don't have a technical person on your side, it can be difficult. But usually bigger companies now these days, what I am seeing, a lot of people are hiring technical people because we are understanding how important in incorporating technology in our workflows is.
Well, thank you, Johnny. That is
Of course, I'm so happy
questions.
that I left a lot of time for questions, because that's the most exciting. I hate just talking about the company and myself. We want to really engage with users. We are not building a tool for our egos. I repeat this all the time. People understand it when they start using Togal. They're like, wow, like now I understand what this guy is talking about. So hopefully I entertained you a little bit, showed you the tool, got you excited. Like I said, go to our website, get a demo on your drawings, and hopefully you will like the tool.
Okay, sorry, one more just popped in. What
Yes.
measurable ROIs have painting and drywall contractors actually achieved?
Yeah, I have
painters,
slides for these. Let me see if I
Okay.
can grab them right now. I have slides for these. My beautiful marketing team, they always support us with all of these things. I can find them for you. Just give me 1 second. Again, we do a lot of these. I will just show you the companies. We have some of the biggest painters in the country, also not in the country, also in Canada. So these are the companies, like I said. Here are the painters. These are the painters. But let me see. In terms of ROI, we have one here. This is a GC, so it's not really a one-to-one, but you can see like they saved around $1 million of hours. They had 35 estimators, so a lot there. This is for the, like I said, this is the Kansas City study. These are the training sessions. We have 13 a week. Okay, so just so you see, I'm not like just coming up with things. These are real things we have. Let's see the ROI. There are for sure ROI. Again, I can share them, Anne-Marie, and maybe Kelsey can share them with you so you can show them to the team. But I can send these. I can find these and send them.
Okay, we can certainly add those on to a post-event email to attendees.
Exactly.
So thank you.
Of course, my pleasure. My pleasure.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. This concludes our question and answer portion of the webinar. Thank you to Johnny and to Togal AI for sponsoring this online seminar. And thank you to everyone for attending. See you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Take care.
Take care.